So Steve and I were talking last night about the temperatures and how warm. We're going to see 80s in the coming days.
And you don't like it?
I don't like it this time of year.
Well, I spent a day in meditation and contemplation on the issue, and I've come around to your side. At Christmas time, maybe it shouldn't be 82, 83, 84, and more in the 70s. But it is climate change, and things are getting warmer, so we're going to have to get used to it, probably.
I guess so, yeah.
Take a look over Sarasota Bay today from our Van Wezel cam, and it was a lovely day. There's some clouds that were fairly thick this morning in some spots, but they thinned out in the afternoon. And it's absolutely gorgeous sunset at 5:38. We're gaining extra minutes in the evening hour. And our live tower cam looking over downtown Sarasota at this hour. A beautiful scene. If you're heading out on the town tonight, weather should be perfect for it. Currently 69 degrees, 64 is the dew point, so it's moist and it's mild. It should be just like velvet, the air like velvet out tonight. Across the state today, high temperatures because there's a cool front up to the north of us, only in the 50s, 65 at Tallahassee. That front is spreading in our direction, but bringing only drier air, not really cooler air. And so it's going to rebound very quickly once it passes overnight. 75 at Mayaca City this afternoon, Northport 77, Inglewood, your high was 77. And at the airport, our high of 74, 1 degree warmer than normal. Last night's low, or this morning's low, 60, right on the money. 7 years ago, it was 31 on this date, so you can see it can get cold in this time of year, even in the 20s. But I don't think we're going to see that anytime soon. Well, here is the weak front, looking at dew points. They're in the 50s ahead of it and the 40s and 30s behind it. So it's just clearly defined by a drier air mass advancing our way and a wind shift to the northeast. But once it passes by, that wind shift will be brief and then coming off the Atlantic by late tomorrow, starting the warming trend. That front is attached to a low right here, producing snow over from Philadelphia, Washington, D.C., New York City this evening. Clear behind it, but we do have another disturbance over the Great Lakes producing snow, but not as intense as the Alberta Clippers of earlier this week. High pressure in advance of the front keeping us mild today. High pressure building in behind it will make us milder and warmer as we move to the weekend. Now here, 34 at Chicago right now, 23 at Toronto, and it has milded up a little bit, warmed up a little bit. It was in the single digits at Montreal this time yesterday. And I want to look at the temperature evolution over the next week between now and Christmas Eve. That cold air in eastern Canada is going to evolve back westward very slowly. This is the European model showing the whole thing is pivoting back to western Canada, and cold air will spread down the Rockies and the western United States while warmth is allowed to move in our direction. That's the whole big weather pattern change that's going on right now. So on Christmas Eve, this by midnight or by 11 o'clock show, we should be able to show you the Christmas Day forecast, but I have the forecast for Christmas Eve day. Sunday, it's going to be 77 in Bradenton, 79 for the high in Sarasota, pretty close to upper 70s to near 80. Here's our weather headlines, looking for the major weather shift that's going to happen between now and Christmas, and it's going to keep us warmer into next week, and also, unfortunately, no chance of rain even into the long range. Here's our short range futurecast showing the front coming through tonight with high pressure building in behind it. Winds shift by tomorrow afternoon, and then the rest of the weekend, that winds will come off the Atlantic, warming us up to near 80 degrees. 81 degrees with no chance of rain. So here's our forecast for tonight. Look for it to be mostly fair to partly cloudy with a low temperature of 55. Winds will be light. And then for tomorrow, a partly sunny to mostly sunny day with the high temperature pretty close to 75 degrees. And your 7-day outlook shows that warming 80 on Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday in the low 80s. A little front on Wednesday, but no big changes in our weather once we get past this front tonight. We'll be back with more news right after this.